Hey guys, this is Anupam. I'm back again. Today I'm going to talk about something very interesting, which is cross objects query generation from SAP. And this is something which I've seen, SAP has been doing in business objects, and a lot of, times business users are trying to do it in SQVI. Let me quickly jump into SQVI, what it is. So this is SAP provided query generation tool. You might have seen this. Basically, it allows us to create queries from different tables in SAP, right? I can do a slice dice. I can have different views of the data, and I can join tables as well. I think this is one of the ones where we have the data set from the SAP query. So what it does is it allows us to select different tables, and then fields gives a view of whether we want ALV or some other output, and generate that output in SAP report. Now this has been there for quite some time now. The limitation here is that it supports only tables level, and some of the business users, they want to marry SAP, let's say a table with a report, with a query, or with other objects. So this is something which I thought we'll quickly dive into and see how we can do that. So what we are going to do is to marry two objects. One is this SAP materials list, which is your RMM VR00. And if I take this report, run it with this variant, basically for plant 1000, I get a set of output which is tables and rows around 5,600 records. And then let's say I want to marry this data with the SAP Mara table, right? Material master table. So I have 22,000 odd entries here, and if I wanted to do a lookup on this, there's nothing directly provided within SAP to do this. So let's see how we can do this using our People at Work connector. All right, getting into Excel. When you open the Excel, it will provide basically a connection to your SAP system, and here we are opening it with the same report, RMM VR00, and run it with the same variant, right? So if I go to this data tab, right now there's nothing out there, and if I go to queries and connections, we have a query built up which will fetch data from this report onto my Excel. So remember, we can always choose different types of objects, reports, tables, transaction codes, VW extractors, queries, or CDS views. Right now we are going to use this particular report along with the variant. So to do this, what I need to do is just press this button, which is refresh. Now it is running this report onto my SAP backend, and it wants to first know who is it who's running this report. So I have to provide my SAP credentials here, which is good because it protects the data as well as respects the authorizations I have been provided on the SAP side, right? So now using my credentials, it is running this particular report in the backend SAP. And the same data which we saw on the SAP front end, this materials list is what we'll get here as well. Right, execute this. Here it is. So I have received here the data from SAP report, and I can slice it, dice it. A lot of times users want to see, to put their own filters, like most commonly I've seen them trying to filter by material types, FERT or HAWA, those kind of material types. They can obviously go ahead and do that, but I'm trying to generate a cross-object query. So the next step here is, we have this report. Let's say I want to get this, marry this data with Mara table. So all I have to do here is ask for Mara. Rest everything is NA. Just give object type as T for tables and object name is Mara. And when I do this, right now in the data 2 tab there is no data, but once I refresh here, now it's going and running the select on Mara to get the records which I requested, right? So there are, I think, 20,000 odd records. You see this query which is still running, and it is now fetching all of those records for me from the Mara table. So there you go, you have Mara records which are available to me. So on data 1 tab, I have the report, which is this RMM report, and then data 2 tab, I have the Mara table. Similarly, I can go ahead and fetch up to 5 different data objects, let's say MVK, MLAN, etc. Onto different tabs. Now, what I want to do is just marry this data with the reports data. So what I'm going to ask for is SAP data, which is the MM60 data of the report, and then marry it with the Mara data, and then I'll point out that material should be equal to Mapner. And what I want to do is here you get a bunch of options. You can do a left outer join, right outer join. What I'm going to do is an inner join, that only the records which are there in the SAP report, I just want that data set to be created, matching with the Mara. So when I press OK, it opens up Power Query, but you don't have to do anything. Just close and load this, and it is creating this merge query, basically picking up the records which match between the SAP report and Mara. So this can be useful if you are, let's say, reading a report and then looking up a table to see, let's say, list of values or text or those kind of elements which may not be readily available in the report, right? So there you go. You have now the report subset which finds its data set onto Mara. And I just will take a second to dive deeper into what's going on with this particular field. This is something which is useful if you want to go ahead and launch SAP transaction right from your Excel list. So when you click on that link, it launches your SAP screen and directly launches the transaction based on which you can go and make the change. So this is what I thought might be useful for you. So to summarize, what did we do? We pulled a report. We also pulled a table from SAP and then created a cross-object query from the report to the table and generated an output within Excel from that cross-object. And obviously, one of the standard features is that we would always be able to launch from within Excel our SAP transaction. All right, I hope you find this useful. Thank you.